Hey, hey, goodness to you. This is Sporty King, and I say goodness because I don't know whether you're watching morning, afternoon, or evening. But isn't it great to have good in front of your salutation? Hey, welcome to Gift Friday. Meanwhile, I'm on 3 minutes early. So if you're watching the video, you've got another less than 3 minutes to restructure yourself. You know, to get another quick drink of water, go get a glass to bring with you, then that's fine. That reminds me, I think I'll have a sip. But I always like to come on 3 to 5 minutes early to give people a chance to reset themselves or finish up that last sentence of what they're doing. That's a tech tip for you if you're going to be presenting online. And even if you're having a party, you're giving an event, you know, but start when you say your starting time is. See, that you have to do what's called training your audience. If you are always going to be starting late where someone says, well, they said 1, but I know they're really not going to start till 1:30 or 2, down the person that's actually going to even be late for 1:30 or 2. So tell people what time you start, and we've got less than 2 minutes for today's message. And then start on time. So you start early so that you can start on time. Tech tip and grown-up stuff, okay? Got to have some maturity in there as well. But look, I come on 3 minutes early on Fridays when I do my Gift Friday broadcast because it's not very interactive. Wednesday is my most interactive day. Monday is not interactive. And then this one is just a little bit where I just do my shout outs, really. But also, since I'm getting ready to take a vacation and take a pause for the cause from the month of July, I definitely want to get on here and acknowledge and thank those of you who have been wonderfully loyal followers and contributors to my posts. So even if you're watching the video, as I always say, put your comments in there. If you've done it before, I still answer you. Okay. And that's interesting. I just thought it out. We've got less than a minute for today's message, but I don't always answer comments on all of my posts, but whenever I do my broadcast, I answer all of those. So you may have noticed that because a lot of times I'm not necessarily posting to have a conversation, or I post just to send a message or share a message, and so you've got to think about, why do you post? Okay. Think about those types of things. We got a lot to think about with technology. We got a lot to think about what's going on in our lives and in our world. So be really conscious of what you're doing. We got less than 30 seconds probably now for today's message. So we're going to get, and let me know where you're coming in from. And I do my shout outs at the end, because like I say, this is my not my very interactive session. But it's always good to see people in there. And thank you for the thumbs up. And it's 11 o'clock. Let's roll. So welcome to Gift Friday. I created it because so often we hear people say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Yet I say, what allure does Friday have to the person who took their last breath on Thursday, or any day before that for that matter? So I use what I've learned through Psalm 92:2. It is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Therefore, instead of TGIF, I use TGIT. Thank God it's today. And then TGIT, thank God it's tonight. What that does is allow me to add the lesson from Matthew 6:34, which is, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Thank God it's tonight. Today's trouble is enough trouble for today. Thank God it's today. See, darkness always precedes the light. So I offer, therefore, another option for TGIF, and that is trusting God is free. Trusting God is free. Think about it. What does it cost you to receive the greatest gift of every day and blessing of waking up? Doesn't cost you a dime. So that still moves us to realizing that if we look at TGIF and we do some math on it, right? Let's take the T from the front, let's subtract it from the front and add it to the end. And what we do is we see that we get GIFT, and what we should be really giving God thanks for, and that is the gift of today. So GIFT, God is for today, is the online sharing of one of my poetic messages, my poems or poetic messages, uh, ooh, and to tell you how, and then I tell you how you can use it to help start a conversation that could change someone's life, including yours, for the better. Each poem will then be my gift to you, where I'll drop the poem in the thread on Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can download it. If you're on um, YouTube or my website, you can ask for you put in the comments that you like a copy, and I'll email it to you. Not in the thread. The thread evaporates after the broadcast. But if you like a copy, either go to Facebook or LinkedIn or ask me in the comments, and then I'll send it to you. Today's gift is intended to help comfort anyone who's grieving the loss of a loved one, no matter how long ago. It's an excerpt from a message that I delivered, and it's called I Miss Me. It's an excerpt from my book. It's a poem from my book, A Poet in Every Prophet, which is a 2001 to 2011 collection of poetic wisdom and positivity. So what I did is I showed poems that I wrote in each of the years. So they didn't necessarily have to do with a specific theme other than what my theme was for the year. And if you notice the creativity, the reason I say a poet in every prophet, look at the word prophet. There's a P-O-E-T in it. And I do that because when I was teaching poetry, that's why I dedicated the book to my black students alliance and ensemble, the Haraka Writers, Black Cultural Center at Purdue University when I was the artist in residence there. And I always used to say to my poets, they'd say, "Oh, Mr. Sporty, Mr. King, you think this is a good poem?" I'm like, "Yes." Even though as you haven't read, I said, "I don't have to read it yet. I'll read it." But it's through you. It's prophecy. God put that word through your brain, into your hand, onto that paper. Every poet, encourage them. There is prophecy in your poem. And it depends now, are you going to continue to write, or are you just going to write one poem? But either way, it's a message from God that you're supposed to deliver. So you are a prophet. As you can see, the word poet is in there. So that becomes another part of the creativity. All right. But anyway, in 2016, today's gift is intended to comfort anyone who's grieving the loss of a loved one. And it's an excerpt from my my slides are misordered. It's an excerpt from a message I delivered at my niece Trishon Crawford's memorial service. And here's how the message started. When the and let me also say this: the message within the message is a reminder that you will only be successful when you remember who you are. So the poem is not strictly about grieving. It's about remembering, knowing who you are. When you ever said, okay, so you'll see that in the poem, but I just got a little discombobulated. Okay, here we go. So here's how I started the message. Today's, where is it? When the grass is greener on the other side, it's usually one of three reasons. One, they have a higher water bill, it's artificial, or we're looking at through the wrong set of eyes that think you'd be better off being someone else. And tonight, some may wish Trishon had been in someone else's body or a health situation. So I've chosen to share a poem I wrote about being someone else, which I believe speaks from the spirit of my niece, though it is through a man's eye. 2016 to my niece, Trishon Crawford, and this poem is called I Miss Me. I thought about switching lives with you, but I miss me already. Yeah, I don't know if you enjoy waking up every morning, and that happens to be one of my favorite moments because it starts me off having reached my primary goal of the day, and my goal every day is to wake up tomorrow. And I don't know if you really appreciate how your fingers and toes move. While I know I really get a kick out of feeling solid, soft, or sandy soil supporting my successful stride. I happen to enjoy touching, squeezing, holding, and pointing myself in the right direction. That direction is up, by the way. Are you headed that way? I know I am. And I'd sure like to be in my shoes when I get there because I pretty much know how I deal with the crowds. Got my acceptance speech ready and been practicing my smile. Come to think of it, I've been working on it since I was a child. My favorite outfit will be pressed brand new. Family, friends, teachers, heroes, TV shows, clients, habits, and hobbies, they'd all be there too. Hmm. Can't say I'd know how to handle them all if I woke up and found out I was you. My mentors would take credit while giving me praise. They'd help me relive memories and cherish new days. Oh, how I would laugh at the tough times and the material things that were lost and rejoice in the character they helped build. See, my life and spirit are beyond monetary cost. Every enemy would stand in their place and receive equal time to express the beauty they inspired through their negativity. Come on, let's face it. So many of the lessons we've actually learned come from disharmony. A selfish person made me want to share. A jealous person helped me recognize insecurity. A lie reminded me to tell the truth. I remember joy and pain. I like sunshine and rain. And it was a man who taught me how to be a man. I've been vigilant, patient, spontaneous, loving, mean, mischievous, ignorant, irresponsible, irresistible, innocent, intelligent, intuitive, intimate, incomplete, inconsistent, informed, interesting, introspective, indecisive, incompetent, inconsiderate, insightful, insatiable, insensitive, indispensable, independent, incoherent, incognito, indescribable, inexperienced, infallible, indestructible, inspirational, inquisitive, instinctive, instrumental, insecure, inventive, inundated, indisposed, incredible, in tune, in touch, in sync, in and out. Outstanding, outrageous, outside, outsmarted, outspoken, outdone, outmaneuvered, outdone, outthought, outlandish, outclassed, outwitted, outcast, outnumbered, outraged, outright, outfoxed, outfitted, outrun, outreached, outfought, outranked, outvoted, outgoing, out of sight, out of this world. Oh, yes, even out of breath and almost out of my mind. Because I thought about switching lives with you, but I miss me already. See, I don't know if you enjoy waking up every morning. And that happens to be one of my most favorite moments of every day. I close the poem with this message, and I now pass it on to you and whomever you are missing. Yep, we'll miss Trishon, yet we are now tasked to wake up for her by becoming the living extension of her legacy. So whomever you're missing and grieving, I hope that'll help you work through it and learn to live with it. It's not a goal to get over it. Let it be your goal to live through it. That's how I deal with grief. But that's also how I deal with being who I am. I'm not comparing myself to anyone else. My goal and my competition is to be better than I was the last time. So continue to compete with yourself and always win because we need you to be who you are. Otherwise, we'd miss you. But most importantly, you'd miss yourself. If you like a copy of the book, it'll be on my website, sportyking.com, and you get a free autograph with each purchase. Meanwhile, I'll be putting the poem in the threads on Facebook and LinkedIn. And always remember, Gift Friday. God is for today. I wish you a wonderfully gift weekend. And as I said, I will be vacationing and going on the spiritual retreat for the month of July. I'll be joining you in the thread, though I won't be broadcasting live. So looking forward to doing that. I'll see you live again on August the 7th. All right? God willing. Thank you. God bless you. And let me say my hello. Say good morning, Valerie, coming into Chicago from Chicago. And did you even know that's my real name and it's pronounced Rispody? Okay, but you got to have a nickname when you grow up with a name like Rispody. So that's how Sporty is my nickname. All right. And amen. Know who you are. You have to. You have to know who you are, because who you are is the blessing. That's the gift that you give all of us by being who you are. And Valerie, thank you. I have a great vacation. It's well deserved. We all need to do that. Take some time to yourself. I'm vacationing, but I'm going to be some traveling, but but not all traveling. Doing some relaxing. So take some time to relax and refresh yourself so that you don't have to miss who you are. You constantly get to see who you are becoming, as well as who you've become. So thanks. God bless you, and have a wonderful weekend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over and out. Ciao.